Good morning everybody, or good afternoon whenever you're doing this. So we're going to do the next class this week. So we're going to start like we usually would. Today you're going to need your long band. If you haven't got that by you, go grab it. And then you will need your ball. I got one sent in the post. I left all my equipment at my mum's house. So got a new ball. And then I always forget to bring these downstairs, but I'm going to put some tennis ball underneath because I'm finding the hips are starting to feel a bit stiff. So really good place for these to go is on the outside of the hips or lower down on the bum. So we're going to take the cushion to one side. Let's put the ball underneath and put these two underneath. And then I'm just going to move my hair out of the way so it doesn't get caught on the ball like it usually does. And then we'll start. So knees bent, and then just the base of the head, the back of the head on the back, and then pop your two tennis balls in your desired location. I'm going to put mine slightly higher up, and then relax, forget that they're there, and then relax the shoulders and the arms especially so that your neck can fully benefit from these. So side to side first, perfect straight line from one side all the way over to the other side. And then let's do two more each way. See if you can go a little further every time that you go to the different side. And then last one on each way. And then this is the last one. And you're back in centre, and we'll chin tuck. So nod the chin to the chest, back of your neck loves that stretch, then you let go of it. And then tuck again, feel the stretch, let go of it, and then repeat. So just tuck. Relax your face completely, especially your jaw. Let's do three more. Last one. And then let's circle. So no bigger than the 10p first of all. 5 each way. Depending how quickly you are going. Let's go back the other way. Let's go once more. And then big circle, so back the other direction. Nice and wide. Let's go once more in this direction. And then go back and repeat. 5 this way. I'm going to move my balls into another location because I want to get a little bit more of a work down, lower down. That's better. Let's make this one the last one. And then back into the centre. Whip that away, and then we're going to come up and sit to begin with. So tennis balls out of there, and then come and sit safely is onto your side and then sit yourself up. So we're going to start with some stretches actually. So we're going to start with feet together. So depending on how flexible you are, try and bring them just a little bit further away than you usually. We're going to bring them closer in a minute. So feet together, sitting tall. So that's the main thing. So if you can't sit tall with your feet together, push them a bit further towards me, I suppose. So we're going to sit nice and tall, and you're going to try and just relax the legs, let them drop down towards the floor. But the main thing is your spine is long. You might even feel a stretch in your lower back. I can feel it around my rib cage. That must be from slouching probably for the last couple of weeks on the sofa or feeding Seb. So keep lovely and long. Just keep holding it. Keep those feet together. And then we're going to bring the feet closer, so as close as you can really. And then they might come a little bit higher depending. And you're just going to try again and sit tall, but just lift up through the middle of your chest and then through the back and the lower back. And then we're going to bring the feet back to where they were. This time you're going to go to your feet. So keep the feet together, hands on the feet, and you're going to roll down towards the feet and hold that. And then slowly let's come back up again. So this one's a bit tricky for some of us. So if you've got very tight hamstrings and glutes, you need to do this one. It will benefit you if you can try and remember to do it at least once or twice a day. If you're walking, try and remember to do it before a walk. If you're running, try and remember to do it before a run. So what you're going to do is you just pop your hands a little bit behind you. You're going to cross one ankle over the leg, and you're going to bring the other foot as close as you can, and then lift your chest up to the ceiling. And you're finding it's right here on the side of the thigh, in the glutes, but just lift up. Do the best version you can. And then if you want to make it a bit more intense, you're going to push your knee towards me. So not towards yourself, you're going to push it away. Sit lovely and tall. So that foot that's bent on the floor is stuck to the floor, but this one up here is pushing away. You're lifting up. And then release. Bring your feet back to where they were. Let's cross the foot again, and then bring the foot on the floor as close as it can. Sit tall, push the knee towards me. Sit tall, lift your chest. And then bring the foot back, and then bring yourself back to where you were. We're going to then move on to saw. So this one, you need to make sure you haven't got anything that you're going to bump into. So you're going to take your legs slightly wider than your shoulders. So for me, I'm just going to sit on a cushion because I find it quite hard to sit tall. So if you've got any books at home, so anything sort of like a massive cookbook or anything like that, that'd be perfect. So I know lots of gentlemen need to sit taller. So put a cushion underneath, if not a cookbook on top of underneath the cushion. And then you're going to take your feet slightly wider than your shoulders. So we're going to keep them straight if we can. If you can't keep them straight, you just need to bend them and give them just a little bit of a soften. So we're going to take the arms out to the side, and we're going to relax the shoulders. Try and keep your arms long, and we're going to twist the body and the spine and stopping around the hips so that the legs don't move. So we're going to go to your right to begin with. So you're going to twist that left arm all the way over in line with that right leg. And then you're going to roll down and you're going to tap it twice. And then you're going to roll back and you're going to come back into the centre. And you're trying to get that whole twist of the body. You're going to keep pushing the arm behind you continuously as you do the bops. Back into the centre and again twist. And if you can remember, palms, so the one that's in front, little finger down to the toe, one behind, thumb down to the floor, and you're going to tap, tap, into the centre, level out the arms, and again, you take the front little finger down and the back thumb to the floor, and 1, 2, back into the middle, and again, once more each side, start to rotate those arms, you've got your thumb down at the back, little finger down at the front, and the centre, last one, twist, 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 little finger and thumb, bam, 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 and then back in the centre, and then relax. So you should feel like your shoulders were pulled back, hopefully from that one. Obviously the backs of the thighs probably felt like they were on fire, which is fine. So nice and warmed up from there, and then you're just going to pop that just on side. We're going to use that later on. So we're going to start with some spine curls. We're going to do a couple of variations of these. So don't freak out when you see them. They are all Pilates exercises. It's not me going crazy in my boredom. So what we're going to start with is, we've done this before. So we're going to do, it's on one leg. So if you don't feel comfortable doing it on one leg, you can just do one, and then you should just hold the rest while we do the up and down, basically. So we're going to start with lying on the floor. I'm just going to warm up those glutes. So we're going to put the ball between the knees, and then we'll do the first variation. So feet hip distance apart. Make sure that you've got that heavy point on the hips and the back of the pelvis and hips, and then chest, and then your head and your shoulders are relaxed. And you're going to lift, and you're going to start to flatten that lower back gap. And you're going to push up into those glute muscles, pushing those knees forwards. Relax your chest. Hold it for a moment. Realise the glutes are working, not the thighs. Take it slowly down back. Ribs, tummy, hips, and back to your start. Again, up we go. Flatten that curve as you come up, pushing those knees forwards over the toes, relaxing those chests. Hold it for a moment, and then gently coming down through the ribs, tummy, back, hips. And again, two more. We're going to come up, push those feet down into the floor, just and especially that big toe. We'll try and imagine that big toe is keeping those knees completely as hopefully as hip distance apart as they can stay. And then we're going to go again. So up, big toes down, knees forwards over the toes, relax the chest, hold it, and take it slowly back down, and then back onto the floor. Take the ball away. So we're going to do a variation which is a tricky one, but we're going to try and hold it up there, and we're going to try and do 3 on each leg. So we're going to take the feet hip distance apart. We're going to keep those big toes nice and firm, and we're going to come back up again. Once we're here, we're going to extend the left or right leg, and we're going to lower it to the floor, pick it up, lower it, pick it up, lower it, pick it up, foot, back, other side, extend, lower, up. I flex my foot, you don't have to, and 3, pop it back, roll, back down. If you lose the height in the hips, not to worry, you can just try and remind yourself, but it's a case of we're going to work with, it's a progress, this one. So if you can't do it, don't worry about it, but do the best version you can, and then hopefully we can all get to the stage where we can all hold it and do the legs up and down. So rearrange your feet back to where they were. We go again, up, push those knees forwards if you can, if you need to. Maybe put your hands underneath your hips if that feels more comfortable. You've got tiny support, so you've got your leg, you go down 1, 2, 3, pop it back, other side. So you're going to go out, 1, 2, 3, put it back, rolling down. So if that helps, leave those there, otherwise go back to where you were with your arms by your side, feet back to hip distance. So again, we're going to do 2 more the same. So lifting up, feel this in the hips and around the lower back. Perfect, that's the muscles that are trying to support what's going on back here, while everything else is going on with the legs. So again, come up, hold your position, and then extend. You're going to go down 1, 2, 3. Other side, go down 1, 2, 3, put it back, and then let's go down nice and slowly. Rearrange those feet once more, and we're going to go again, final time. Up we go. Again, if you want to, do that variation where you've got your hands supporting those hips, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, put it back. There's always one side that's much easier, that's normal, and 1, 2, 3, pop it back, and roll back onto the floor, and then just give your knees a little squeeze towards the chest, and then pop your feet back down, and then we're going to put one foot on the ball, and we're going to do some spine curls. So I'll show you the first side with the ball. So you're going to try and do a spine curl. It's basically a one leg spine curl, so you've just made sure you could try and balance on one leg while you're going up and down, so this shouldn't be too much different from that one. So I've done this, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago we did leg slides. I didn't really want you to touch that that heavy weight along the floor. This is the same thing. You're going to use this leg if you have to use that leg to help you get a little bit further. Otherwise, the one is on the floor. That is the main force that's bringing you guys up into the lift. So when you're ready, you're going to start to lift up. You've got your foot lightly on the ball, and you're going to push that other leg down. And then you're going to come down nice and slowly. I'm going to do 3 more on that side, so you're going to go again up. Pushing forwards. And then down nice and slowly. It's like a little security blanket. It almost makes the brain think, oh, actually it's okay. My foot is on the floor, so this leg goes a little bit stronger. Again, think of that knee going over the toe with this one. Helps a lot. So pushing forwards. And then down nice and slowly. And we'll go again. Last one on this side. I'm going to switch. Pushing that knee forward. And then coming down nice and slowly. And let's go to the other side. So pop the ball underneath. Just make sure your foot is on the floor. So I know for a fact this side's going to be a little bit difficult for me because the left side's not my strongest point. So let's go up. Much trickier. I have to use a little bit of the ball to help me get there, and then slowly coming back down. We're going to go for 3 more. So again, up, and then again let's go down nice and slowly, and let's go for number 2, well, up the last 2, and nice and slow. And then last one, up we go. Big toe, ground it on the floor. And then down nice and slowly. And then just take that away. Give your knees a good squeeze to your chest. Don't worry if one side was stronger. That's why we do those exercises with one leg. Because we're trying to get, if we can, try and get that other leg to just be a little bit stronger. It's probably never going to be the same because obviously this one's been the driving force probably since birth. Okay, so from there, what we're going to do, we're going to do the bum drops. We're going to bum drop to the floor. So we're going to use the ball between the knees. And we're going to squeeze it just a little bit the entire time we're doing it. So you can feel the thighs, inside thighs especially, doing some work. So what we're going to do, feet back to hip distance, big toes heavy. And we're going to make sure the hips are level. We're going to lift up. Excuse me. Okay, we're going to come up and we're going to go, and we're going to do 10 if we can. So we're going to do 4 reps. So we're going to hit the floor. I'll take my arms just on so you can see my hips. So we're going to drop down and we're going to go 1. Keep your ribs still. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And down you go. So you should find that right in the front of the thighs, especially glutes on fire. I just don't want you to do this version where the rib cage is bopping up and down at the same time. So just to this area here. So let's go again. We're going to do 3 more reps. So again, up, push the knees forwards. Let's go. 1, 2, and squeeze. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And back down. And we're going to do 2 times more. So again, nice deep breath. And up we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And down you go. Feel the burn, hopefully. One last time. Big toes nice and heavy. You've got that ball squeezing between the knees, otherwise it's going to drop away. Up we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, squeeze, 8, 9, 10, and down you go. That burns. Give your legs a squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Perfect. Okay, we're going to come up and sit now. We're going to do some roll backs. We're going to use the ball. So we're going to do 2 variations of this. We're going to use the ball in the hands first, and we're going to use it to bounce the ball behind us. And then we're going to pop it between our ankles. We're going to use the inside thigh muscles. So to start with, we're going to have our legs just in front of us. We're going to have the ball in front. And we're gently going to squeeze the ball between the palms, and we're going to roll back. Now, if you haven't, if you're not comfortable doing roll backs, you're going to just imagine, or grab your tennis balls and do the same thing. And you can put your ball just around here, and you know what to do in this case, where you just sort of bounce and sit back up if you're not comfortable going all the way down. Otherwise, you're going to have those palms squeezing the ball together. I'm just going to make sure I'm not going to hit the floor. And we're going to go down slowly. And you're going to keep pushing your fingers and palms into that ball. Keep squeezing, keep squeezing, keep squeezing those arms. Your arms go up and above. And you're going to have a lovely stretch because you're going to tap the ball now on the floor. And from here, I want you now to think you're going to throw the ball like a netball in front and sit back up. So I want you to think of throwing that ball away. Throw it if you have to, if it thinks that you're going to bring yourself back up again. So we're going to do it again. So squeezing that ball between the hands, squeeze, squeeze, flex your feet, gently through that lower back, all the way down, up and over. Lovely stretch as you tap your ball on the floor, and then throw the ball away and sit back up again. Let's go again. 4 left. Gently, gently, gently. Tap and throw the ball away. Deep breath in. Breathing out. Up and over. Tap and throw that ball away. Another one. We've got 2 left. So squeeze the ball between those fingers and palms. Nice and slow, controlled. Up and over and tap. And then throw the ball away. Sitting up. Last one. Squeeze the hands together. Lower back, lower back, lower back. Up and over. And tap. And when you're ready, throw the ball away. And you're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to change it now. What we're going to do is we're going to pop it in between our ankles. So we're going to squeeze the ball between your ankles and we're going to slow it down. So if you need to, you carry on doing the quick moving up. Otherwise, you're going to take your arms in front. Then you're going to squeeze your thighs and ankles together. Nice and slowly going down. All the way back. Deep breath in here. As you breathe out nice and slowly, I want you to squeeze your ankles together. Squeeze your ankles. And sit back up. You can go back to the other variation if you want to carry on with that. Go back to that other variation. I'm just going to do 4 of these. So again, squeeze your ankles together. Nice deep breath. As you breathe out, start to come forwards, reaching the arms, squeeze your ankles together. Up you come. Let's go again, 2 more, down. Squeeze your ankles. up and over. Again, nice deep breath. And head, neck, chin. Reach. Squeeze your ankles together. And again, last time. Down we go. Up and above. Nice deep breath. And head, neck and chin. Squeeze your ankles together and punch through the air. And then come back to where you were. I take you all the way. Perfect. Well done. Okay, so that's a little bit harder than we usually do. So what we're going to do next is we're going to do some leg circles. Now we're going to use the ball underneath the bottom, so it's going to extend the hips. I think this is how we did it last time. So if you don't feel comfortable doing that, then we did full leg circles last time. I'm not going to do full leg circles. Just going to do straight leg circles. So cushion underneath the head. Once you're down, you're going to pop the ball underneath, in between your bottom and your lower back. And then you're going to place those feet hip distance apart, open the toes, heels meet, relax the arms. And then you're going to straighten your left leg along the floor. And then you're going to pick up your other leg and you're going to straighten it. So if it's straight on the floor, that's not what I mean, straight, if you need to lower it, then you need to lower it. And we're going to do some circles. So we're going to just do teeny tiny ones. We're going to go 5 each way. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring that leg back. So big challenge on those pelvis muscles and the lowest group of toe muscles. So really, really good to try and get that section to get closer together. So it's harder because you've extended the hips up. So tummy muscles have got to get a little bit stronger in this one. Obviously it's a huge back of the thigh stretch. So let's see if the other leg is any different. So I find it easier to stay stable on this side. So this leg is a little easier. So 5 again each way. 2, 3, stay really still here. 4, 5, straight leg and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then bring it back, and then bring your hips back, feet back. Bring your feet back to hip distance apart. Open the toes, and then from here we're going to do. I think we've done it many times. It looks very simple, but it's a case of just making sure these legs are nice and light and the hips are nice and heavy on top of the ball. We're going to start with just no arms, then we're going to build it and make it harder by bringing in some arms. So first of all, I want you to bring in your right leg without having to think of just swinging up your thigh. You're now going to think floppy leg. There shouldn't be any tension, especially in this front leg. Tummy now is going to work extremely hard. And you're going to pick up that second leg with those toe muscles. So this leg is floppy as the first one. Deep breath. And as you breathe out, you're going to send the first leg back. Again, it's staying nice and floppy. Tummy's working hard. I should barely, if I was there, hear it touch the floor. And then the second one comes back down. So all of those muscles are working in the center of the tummy to do this. If you feel your legs ache at the end, you are using wrong muscle. So really focus on these working in this one. So we're going to do it again, but we're going to bring in our right arm and we're going to do the same. So slowly, the first one's nice and easy. Second one's a little bit hard. You have to use those tummy muscles a bit more as you lift. Relax the legs. So the lighter the legs, the easier this is to hold your balance. So if you start to grip on the floor, then you're going to find this a bit trickier than you would need to. Take it slow. Slow, slow, slow. Second one back down. We're going to switch the arm. We're going to take the other arm up. And again, repeat. Bring the first in. Relax that leg. Toe muscles on. Slowly. Up. And then again, let's go down. Slow, slow, slow. Nice and slow. The other one. Keep that arm up. And we're going to do both arms. So if you can't do both arms, you're just going to keep alternating as you did before. So both arms up, shoulders heavy. First in, Light leg, even lighter. Tummy muscles on, on. Hold it. Slow, 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 slow. And then the second one's nice and easy. We're going to take our arms an inch wider. So repeat. Leg up. Deep breath. Out. Second one. Relax your thighs. Feet are floppy. First leg goes back. Second. Good. Once more. One more inch out to the side with the arms. Again, let's lift up. Slowly, slowly, second thigh. Up, up, up. And then we're going to go back. Slow, slow, slow. Second thigh nice and slowly. And then bring your arms back down by your side. And then from here, we're going to just take this out. And we're going to finish with a couple of, what they called, two things. They're double leg stretch and a single leg stretch. So it's quite intense on those toe muscles. So I'm going to make sure everything goes back into those 5 places. So feet, hips, shoulders and ribs, and then the head. And we're not going to have the hands behind the head. So we're going to start with the single leg stretch. I want you to bring both your knees up into a tabletop. And you're going to bring just the feet together. Leave the knees how they are. You're going to take a deep breath in. And you're going to curl forwards and you're going to touch either side of the thighs or the calves. You're then going to put both your hands on one leg and you're going to keep your curl up and you're going to straighten one of your legs and you're going to switch. Hold the other leg with both hands and switch. Hold the other leg with both hands. So you're trying to come just this right angle. You're not coming down here, you're coming here. And the angle of the leg is about 45 degrees. So it's not on the floor, it's not in the air, up in the sky. And this is controlled, okay? So you're trying to keep the head up, the tummy on, the legs are long, the knee is in the right position. And we're just going to speed up. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, knees and head down. And then put the feet down. Just let your neck a couple of times roll from side to side. And then you're going to do the double leg stretch. So we're going to bring the feet hip distance apart. We're going to take the arms back. We're going to bring the knees up. We're going to glue the knees together. And we're going to place the hands on the knees. Deep breath. Curl forwards. Hands behind the legs if you need to. And we're going to do the beginning and then we're going to add on to this. So our arms are going to go to the side of our thighs. And we're going to breathe in, arms to the ears, not behind the head. Out to the side. Can't emphasize enough. Don't put them behind you. Breathing in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. We just do 5 of these, so we've got 2 left. Stare in between your thighs. Protect the neck with the chin tuck. Last one, don't go behind your head. And then knees and feet and head back down. So that's the first half. You can carry on doing it that way. And we're going to add on the legs this time as well. So we're going to try and do 4 of these. They're quite tricky, so don't push it. If you want to just do the first bit, please just do that. So again, you're going to reform. You're going to bring your knees up. You're going to squeeze your knees together. Hands behind the legs, deep breath. And breathe out. Forwards. And arms go to the side. This time we're going to take our arms and our legs in a straight line. Out to the side as you circle, you bend your knees in time. You go out with both the arms and the legs, squeeze your thighs together. Out to the side, circle. 2 more, out and around and out and around and down you go. And then just let your hips just rock a little from side to side. And then feet on the floor. And then just look and look. And then come back into the middle. And this time. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to do some stretching. So we're going to just take the leg into one side, into the band. You're going to keep this foot on the floor just for a moment. And you're going to pull it up to the ceiling as far as you can. And you're going to pull that band up. And you're going to straighten the leg into that band. Just going to hold it there. You're now going to slide the leg down. And then you're going to take the leg across the body. This is the hard one because it gets the hips and the glutes. So do the best you can. That's about as far as I can go. Some people can drop the leg to the floor. Up. And then we're going to go to the side. So I'm a bit weird in this one because I'm a bit flexible with the hips. Keep this hip still. If you're rolling over, you're not going to feel the stretch. So keep that hip still and then let the leg out to the side. Up into the middle. And then we're going to change the foot. So foot on the floor to start with, leg up and hold. And then we're going to slide the other leg on the floor and hold. And then we're going to bring the leg over the other leg and over the body, holding it there. And up, and then we're going to go out to the other side. And then we're going to bring it up again, taking that out. And we're going to finish with what we've done once before. It's a really good stretch for the hips. So you're going to come to high knees, please. So we're going to do that lunge forwards and lean back. So you're going to bring one foot in front, the other leg is just nice and heavy on the floor, and the knee should find the centre of the knee is here. If you're leaning too far forward, then bring it back a bit. Foot is grounded in the front, and you're going to bring your arms in the front. Balance mainly, and you're going to come forwards all the way onto that front leg. You might come up onto your toe, and you're going to lift up to the ceiling and look up. And then push, drive down with the front leg to come back to where you were. Let's go again. Lunge, up, and push, back up. And then we're going to change the arms. We're going to do two of each. This time we're going to go up. This time we're going to go up, and we're going to lean over to the side. Coming back up. And again, we're going to go forwards, and we're going to go up. This time we're going to lean and back up, and we're going to change variation again. We're going to go up, and we're going to chop a tree, but keep your torso forwards. Push back and lean, chop the tree, keep your arms where they are, but keep body still actually. And then push back, switch. So make sure the knees are hip distance apart, and then bring that next leg in. First variation, arms in front and up to ceiling, lunge, reach, push that floor away. And again, lunge, up, push the floor away. We're going to chop, we're going to reach the side. So lunge, up, reach, and up. And again, lunge, up, reach, and then back up. And then we're going to chop the tree, lunge, chop, push, lunge and chop and push. Bring the knees back. From here, we're going to pop the ball behind the knees, and we're going to lean, if it stays still, we're going to keep up, and we're going to reach the arms forwards whilst we lean back and up. It will feel like you're probably going a millimetre, you're probably going a lot further than you think, but you just want to graze the ball. We're going to go for 5. 1. Keep pushing your hips forwards, don't sit down. And 2. 3. 4. Last one. 5. And then take that away. Perfect. We're going to come and stand. So from here, we're going to do a shoulder stretch. So we're going to lift the arms up. Link your hands behind your head. Hands behind. Shrug your shoulders up. Drop them down. Push your elbows behind you. And then reach the arms down by your side. Lift up. Hands behind the head. And shrug your shoulders up. Down. Push your heart, elbows behind. Arms up. And up. Hands behind. Shrug your shoulders up. Drop. Back with the elbows. Up. Arms up. Hands back. Shrug up. Drop down. Elbows back. Arms and out. And then we're going to finish with a roll down. So just make sure your feet are hip distance apart. So your feet together. Open the toes. Heels meet. Soften your knees. Take this nice and slow. So head and shoulders to start. Encourage through the rib cage. And then you might get a bit of crunch and a bit of click. That's fine. Still soft knees. All the way. And just hang there for a minute. You don't need to touch the floor. Nice deep breath. So try and think of really opening and expanding the rib cage out to the sides. And back we come. So sending the tailbone down first. Drive the front of those hips forwards. And shoulders back when you get to the top. And we're all done. Thank you very much again. And I will see you next week. Bye.